You don't have to go after Lane. We'll see how it's approached. The first pitch, he swings and hits one deep to left field. He's done it again. Bottom of the 8th inning, you had UNCW trying to scratch across a lead. And there is a fired Colleran as he takes that excitement, all 99 miles an hour worth of it, to his dugout. Careful, Dennis.
Yeah, the amazing thing is, it wasn't like it was a great throw to start that pickoff. It's one of those that you have to, once you turn around and step off the rubber, you got to go back to that base, otherwise it's a balk. And it just happened to be that the base runner in Evans was so far off the bag that it allowed for the rundown to proceed. And what an adventurous inning for Aiden Evans. He started off with the infield single, the near injury, stays in the game, and then caught too far off his second base. Go-ahead run out after reaching scoring position.
And Evans does stay in the game at second base, so that left hamstring question seems to be okay. First pitch to the number 9 man in the lineup, Jack Goodman. He's ahead 1-0. The only man faced by Connor Kane last inning, it was an inning-ending double play ball. Another grounder to short. Oh. And that throw gets away. Goodman and Thatch collide. The baseball stays in play. And so a throwing error puts the leadoff man on here in the 8th.
And good to see Jack Goodman okay after this collision with another big guy in Thatch. This is just a routine ground ball. We've seen a number of tougher plays that Jones has made, and Thatch gets tangled up with Goodman as Goodman tries to avoid the throw and the first baseman, and Thatch tries to reel in that errant toss. You don't see those collisions happen all that often. But fortunately, everybody looks like they're okay, and fortunately for Northeastern, they get the leadoff man on a gift.
Bunt shown up and in, and it pops in and out of the mitt of the catcher. And now Goodman turns second and stops there. So Beckstein again showing bunt, creating chaos, and a go-ahead run for Northeastern in scoring position.
Oof, poor timing for a couple of miscues. This pitch way up and in. And imagine this would be a wild pitch even though it didn't get the dirt. So far up and in, and you're right, the bunt shown, that would have been a much easier play for Arndt to handle had it not been for Beckstein squaring.
It has been ruled a wild pitch, so E6 wild pitch. And now if you're Beckstein, he's having an extended conversation with Mike Glavin. I think the bunt stays on, and then you give both Mike Sirota and Tyler McGregor 2 chances to bring home a go-ahead run from third base.
And especially because Beckstein is a good bunter. 4th in the CAA with 5 sacrifice bunts this season. Northeastern doesn't go to the bunt all that often. Not that they're bunt averse, but it might make sense in this case as the corners come in.
Again, up and in. Something about Beckstein. He is just a magnet in the box.
Well, he's got no fear, and he likes to crowd the plate. He doesn't have great size, so the strike zone is a little bit smaller. I think he's really frustrating for pitchers to face.
Takes one there.
And that was a good idea to pull it back. Even though it was a strike, it was an elevated strike and a really difficult pitch to get the bat on top of to get a good bunt down. You worry about popping up a pitch like that.
He's in the driver's seat.
And it becomes a mental game, too, because as the pitcher, Connor Kane doesn't want to give him a grade A pitch to bunt. So his target zone is off a little bit, and obviously that's messed with his location here.
Pops it up, foul ground, off the tip of the glove of Kroom. Oh, when we talk game of inches, that is textbook.
And for a guy that's taken a lot of punishment out there today, boy, he's not afraid to give up his body, anything to get a valuable out here. And now with 2 strikes, what's the call here from Mike Glavin and Luke Beckstein?
3-2. Popped up. It's Kroom. 1 gone.
Well, I'm sure he would have appreciated the highlight if he's going to make a catch to retire Beckstein. But that one, he had plenty of time. He had time to do his Wordle, maybe a crossword, maybe the mini before making that catch.
And now it's on to Sirota. He's pocketed 3 runs batted in today. This would be the biggest. And a great breaking ball starts him off with a strike.
Well, ultimately for Northeastern, they can look at that plate appearance by Beckstein and said, ultimately what we wanted when Beckstein came up to the plate came to fruition. He came up with a man at first base and nobody out. Now there's a man at second base and 1 out with Sirota up there. A strategy visit as the Seahawks try and find a way out here. This is what we were talking about earlier. You know, Northeastern falls behind a couple of times in this game, and they've been able to scrap, and that's been the winning formula for Northeastern this year. They've had the bats to be able to come through at the end of games. Even if Northeastern scores a run here, this game ain't over yet with the guys in that third base dugout. But certainly UNCW wants to keep the Huskies where they are right now, stuck on 7 runs.
And to your point, with this is the situation that Mike Glavin wanted at the start of the Luke Beckstein plate appearance. You find me a salesperson in Boston that can convince Mike Glavin of that, though, once the runner had gotten to second. I don't know if there is one. Grabs the outside corner, and Mike Sirota faces an 0-2 hole.
It's going to have to dig deep here.
Here it is, 0-2. Tapper to third base. Kroom. A throw across. The runner takes off for third and is in there. Aggression by Goodman. And he's 90 feet away with 2 outs. Good strong throw by Kroom to get Sirota.
Just brilliantly timed. You see Goodman waiting. Third baseman doesn't look the runner back enough. Kroom is concerned with making sure that he gets an out, which is the smart thing to do. Trusts his arm, trusts his pitcher's ability to retire McGregor.
Here's the pitch to Tyler McGregor.
Now remember, McGregor came up with the bases loaded in the 6th and flied out on the very first pitch he saw. That was against Cole Benton.
An exhale in the pitch. Inside. Handled by Arndt.
And you know UNCW wants the inning to end right here because Mr. 4 for 4 with 2 home runs is on deck.
Alex Lane awaits. But first, the pitch. 3-0. For as good as McGregor is, I still think you give him the stop sign here. 4-pitch walk, and it brings up Alex Lane.
Boy, that is not the situation you wanted. Not that you really want to pitch to McGregor, but this guy, Alex Lane, you know, he started off having a tough day yesterday. He was 0 for his first 3. Since the end of yesterday's game, he is 6 for his last 6 at-bats. And he will not be facing Connor Kane here in this men at the corners 2-out situation.
And for UNCW, Looks like a pitching change is forthcoming. The Seahawks dip into the pen one more time. And we'll step aside. A critical exchange with Alex Lane coming up next. We shepherd you through the 8th inning with 2 outs and Alex Lane due up. Runners on the corners and a new arm checks in for UNCW. No, it's not you, buddy. It's Cody Benton checking in.
Well, this is the second Benton we've seen come into the game. Cole Benton, his twin brother, pitched earlier, threw just 1 pitch to retire Tyler McGregor with the bases loaded in the 6th inning, and now it's Cody Benton who comes on, and he's another pitcher who's been used in short spurts this season. He's thrown fewer than 10 pitches in 8 of his 10 outings. In 8 of his 10 outings, he has not given up a run. The last 4, he's gone 2 innings with 2 hits, no runs, and 4 strikeouts. So he's been getting the K-ball going lately, and now he's going to try and do what nobody has done against Alex Lane since the 6th inning yesterday, and that's retire him.
And in theory, a base is open. It's not first base is open. You don't have to go after Lane. We'll see how it's approached. The first pitch, he swings and hits one deep to left field. He's done it again.
Did you expect anything else from Alex Lane? 5 for 5, 3 home runs. And he is putting the Huskies on his back, and they're out in front again.
Textbook.
Easy power.
Textbook from Alex Lane.
You just shake your head. If you're UNCW, you might tip your cap, but you might also throw it on the ground, too. Well, it's another quick outing for Cody Benton. 1 pitch, just like his twin brother, but could those 2 pitches be any different?
10-7, Northeastern a cushion. They've got 3 defensive outs left. They've still got 1 more out to work with here in the 8th. Well, the bullpen has gone from Calvert to Cole to Cooper to Connor to Cody. Now Case Stroop takes over as this Northeastern offense has just opened up in all the ways that it needed to after giving up the grand slam to Trevor Marsh. Northeastern battled back. It's been a seesaw affair, Alex, and you wonder whether after the bases loaded walk, the homer to tie it from Alex Lane, and then the go-ahead homer to Alex Lane might have been just enough for the Huskies down the stretch.
The C is for Cookie. It's also for cranking out home runs, which Alex Lane has done 3 times today. He now has tied Trevor Marsh for the series lead, up to 14 home runs this season. He's driven in 5 runs here today to give him 62. He was 4th in the nation in RBIs coming into this game. And a short leash for Cody Benton. 1 pitch, 1 3-run home run. And once again, Northeastern is out in front.
Well, for UNCW, here's a swing and a miss to the pinch hitter Gregory Bozzo, who checks in for Jimmy Sullivan. So it's Bozzo to catch the 9th against Case Stroop, and Sullivan a left-hander, so mixing and matching with the right-handed hitting catcher to come on in and face him. Swing and a miss.
A pretty good guy to bring in off the bench. Gregory Bozzo this season, 8 home runs, 2nd on Northeastern, batting .261. He's on a power surge here the last couple of weeks. Sullivan, a good day in the starting role.
Blared foul for Bozzo. And Mike Lavin talked about him particularly, that, what's the difference? The ball's coming off of his bat harder. That checks out.
Gotten a lot stronger, and he's been able to get that swing figured out. And this is that pitch right there. Might have been a pitch that he was swinging at earlier in the season. He's showing better plate discipline. It's not perfect yet, but much better plate discipline, allowing that power to be realized.
Counts even. Fought foul at a suddenly sun-splashed Friedman Diamond here in Brookline. For UNCW, it's Trevor Marsh, Brian Arndt, and Brock Wills. 5, 6, 7 due up for the Seahawks, needing a crooked number at least in the ninth. Shot to short. We go to the ninth. Case Stroop does his job out of the bullpen, but not before a 3-run homer. Puts Northeastern ahead. Don't go anywhere. Ninth inning to come.